We don't need the forms.
Okay.
It's a training. All right, very welcome. Hello, hello, hello. It's me when I was 30, maybe a little bit more. So welcome to the self-inquiry training. And today we are going to talk about self-inquiry. Yeah. So the idea is to have a little chat to understand what's the source of self-inquiry, where is pointing at, yes? Things that necessarily not the students don't have to understand, okay? So we learn about the integration, reaction, and compensation, yes? These are the three basics on self-growth, right? And where the beauty is in integration, yes. Okay. So integration, I can learn about integration, reaction, and compensation in asanas practice. I go to the different postures and I start understanding how my body is either integrating the posture, reacting to the posture, or compensating the posture. So I can understand it at the physical level. I can understand it at the emotional level. Yeah. There is a sensation in my body that I don't want to feel. I don't feel comfortable with the sensation. And then as soon as it's there, there is a contraction in the body. The first thing that happens is the sensation, then there is a contraction, and on top of that, usually is the emotion. Yeah? Chack, 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 three, one after the other. And the emotion is helping me not to feel what I don't want to feel. It's a type of compensation as well. So another way we can compensate on the body. Yes, we can see these three phenomena on the body. We can see these three phenomena on sensations, yes, and emotions. Yes, this is another way that we have. And we can compensate by, going to La La Land and many other compensations. Yes, but the main compensation that we want to bring awareness to, the mother of all compensations, the biggest addiction that we do have is addiction to
our thoughts.
Thoughts, thinking. Yeah. So, and within that, there is a reaction. The mind reacts. But why the mind reacts? This is something that we want to facilitate to the students to understand. Why the mind is reacting. I react because I have a double intention. The mind is not pure. You remember the talk in the Buddhist tradition, they talk about defilements. So the defilement comes when there is a double intention. Easy way to do it, easy way to see the double intentions and to recognize it in ourselves is in physical practice, in asanas practice. Yes? Maybe I start doing a particular asana and I get tired and more tired and more tired. And at some point, it's very clear that there is a part of me that wants to continue and there is a part of me that wants to stop, that don't like the sensation. Make sense? Yeah. Okay, so this is the double intention that creates reaction on the mind. In that moment, it's very clear, but there are many other moments in our lives when it is not that clear. Yes, that there is a double intention. Yes, and the double intention is what creates the reaction.
Like conflict.
Yeah. Conflict. It's conflict in the mind.
Yeah.
It's conflict in the mind. It creates conflict. That's the reaction.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. But many people don't understand what is the reaction of the mind. They talk about the reaction of the mind, but they don't understand why. So one of the process of purification of the mind is to have very clear these two, to recognize them, and to have a strong inner strength to go for what I decide to go. So as more I develop inner strength, as less reactive mind I have. Yeah, this is the basic. More inner strength, less reactive mind. This is why the Buddhists, they train so many hours in meditation. They sit there and they train inner strength. They train to not react to sensations. How I don't react to the sensations? By having a pure intention. If I'm in meditation practice, yes, and half of me wants to stay and half of me wants to go, because this is painful and that's painful, I'm stiff, yes, I'm not in meditation. I will understand what is meditation when I reach pure intention. Pure intention is, I will stay here, no matter what. And the mindset behind that is there is neither good neither bad, it just is what is. But to reach that stage of neither good neither bad, it just is what is, I need to develop a strong inner strength, and I need to have a sharp mind to distinguish these two and to recognize them, how they start growing. Yes, how maybe in the physical practice, in the asana practice, as much as I practice, as tired I get, as more the other intentions start growing. Yes. So my capacity to recognize this and stay strong in my primordial intention is what makes the change. Yeah. And this is actually what we're learning in self-inquiry. Yeah. There is another big learning in self-inquiry, but the main practice is for you, when you are facilitating it, to recognize that in the student. When we react, when the mind reacts, when the mind has a double intention, it will compensate at some point. You remember, with reaction, yes, the sensation is bigger, and at some point I need to compensate. So instead to compensate with an emotion, yes, or to put some other sensation on top, the way the mind does to put other sensation on top is to create another thought that is the opposite of what really is going on. It is the primordial intention and the secondary intention. They are both there. You see? I can give love to receive. You see, this is the important thing that we are developing in self-inquiry, to understand the pureness of intention, how is the source of compensation of the mind. I will give this example that probably you know it, yes? The couple that goes, he invites her to go to the restaurant. Do you know this one, Pepe?
No.
Okay, so it's like this, yes? He comes and tells her, darling, which restaurant would you like to go? And she chooses, yes, you remember this one? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She chooses the restaurant that she thinks he likes the most. And when he chose the two restaurants as an option, he actually chose the two restaurants that he thinks she likes the most. Make sense? Yes, and couple A out of this, yes, so basically they go to a restaurant that none of them they like. Yes, and this makes them happy, couple A. Yeah, couple B, same situation, they go to another, he approach her, ask her the same question, darling, which restaurant would you like to go? Again, she chooses the restaurant that she thinks he likes the most. And he chose the two restaurants that he thinks she likes the most. Again, they end up going to a restaurant that none of them they like. But couple B becomes very unhappy, and couple A becomes truly happy. What's the difference?
It's exactly the same.
But one is happy and the other one is unhappy, so it should be a difference.
Well, the difference is that one is happy and the other one is not.
But it's yes, that's a good one. Indeed, that's true. But there is something that made couple A very happy, and there is something that made couple B pretty unhappy. And that's the attitude that they have. What did I is related to? What could be?
Yeah, you are happy with whatever you have.
They're giving to receive, not giving to give.
The action is the same, a couple A and couple B. But in couple B, she's giving to him to receive. Her primordial intention when she chooses something for him is to receive, to feel safe. Couple A, when she chose out of love to give him, to make him happy. The action is the same. Even the, I would say the intention of outcome is the same, but the source intention
Yes, different.
is different, and that's the big difference, the huge difference. So this is what we want them to recognize in self-inquiry. That is not about the outcome, it's not about the action, it's not about even the surface intention, but it's about the deep intention, what actually makes the difference.
Yeah, that's very similar to the story that you used to tell about the girlfriend going for the cotton woods in London, right? For the popcorn or for
the
for
candy
the
floss.
Candy floss, yeah. It's very similar.
She's letting go control, surrendering. In the case of that example, yes, she's surrendering to the divine. She's letting go control. She's not, her intention becomes pure because she doesn't have to control. That's a good one. So she will have a pure intention in what she does. Same in this example, couple A that has a pure intention, they will feel happy by giving, whilst couple B, they are giving so they feel safer. And both they end up feeling safe, but from different points. Where couple A feels safe with a sense of inner safety. Out of giving, they start realizing that they have so much. They are already enough, they already have enough. Truly giving, like not giving the stuff that are spare, but truly giving. Couple B, on the other hand, they also feel lack, but their primordial intention behind giving is to receive. So they might get a sense of safety by the things that they get outside. You see, they get this guy that will give them this money, they get these cows, they get external safety. Yes? Couple A has a sense of internal safety that comes from feeling enough. Couple A has a pure intention, couple B does not have a pure intention. So let's put down to earth in self-inquiry, yes? To understand how we can recognize this, yes? You can recognize it first when the person is talking. You don't have to hear them, just look at them. If they are, look at my face, yes? I'm exaggerating, yeah? If there is a contraction of the face, if there is a contraction of the shoulder, yes, if they are angry, yes, if you see that there is contraction, that's already an indication that there is a compensation. Maybe you don't even have to hear what they are saying, yes? How the body is in that moment is already telling you something, that there is a sense of compensation, yeah? And then you hear the tone. The tone is the other thing that will give you an idea, yes? Okay, I'll put some. She abandoned me with a phone call. Sounds familiar. She abandoned me with a phone call. She abandoned me with a phone call. Is that a compensation or not?
Compensation.
It's a compensation. There is a yes, there is a yes. Can you feel it in the tone? She abandoned me with a phone call. Not so clear, maybe not compensation. Yes. So the tone that they are using, the body, yes, it's already telling you a lot. If it's a compensation, if it's a compensation of thoughts, the opposite is equally true or truer. Yes? For example, let's say that I'm making up something, yes? I start going dating this girl because I like her body, yes? And I don't care really about her. I just, I like how my friend sitting next to her is seeing this beautiful body, and I come with this great cheek, yes? And this is what fills me up. Makes sense? Makes me feel good enough. So, but then when I have this thought about that, there is a sense of guilt that is coming up. Makes sense? Because I know this is bad. Yes, I don't love her. I should not be with her because I just like her for her body. Yeah. So I have the thought. After the thought, there is the sense of guilt that I don't want to feel, and immediately I will flip the thought. Yes. She just likes me because of my money. She just likes me because of my money. Yes. And then I will go to self-inquiry, and I'll be like, this girl, I gave her everything, and she was just looking for my money. She never loved me. The opposite, yes. So they come there, they tell you the sentence, and you already know what's the real stuff. Make sense? Because in the moment that he's sharing that or she's sharing that, whatever is the case, yes, you know already the opposite, and you already know how to guide this person to start recognizing that. Yeah. I'm fed up. There was this guy in a retreat. He said, I cannot stand my father. He's full in alcohol, full in addictions. I don't know what to do with him. His life is terrible. I try to help him, but he doesn't want to heal. He doesn't want to receive help. What's the real stuff? Look how crazy is life, huh?
I struggle to receive help.
Yeah. He doesn't want to receive it. I don't want to receive help. That's a good one to explore. What else we can get from that one about his father? I try to help him. He doesn't want to receive help. I cannot bear the situation with my dad. He's in alcohol so much. I try to help him. The sentence is something like, I don't want my father to be an alcoholic. It sounds wonderful, right? I don't want my father to be an alcoholic anymore. I want him to recover.
Can your father take decisions for himself?
That's okay, yes. We will start inquiring. But the first thing is that if we look at the compensation of thoughts, yes, I want my father to recover. Let's say I'm making up something. I want my father to recover from alcohol. What is going on? What would be the opposite of that? I want my father to recover from alcohol.
I want to recover.
Eh?
I want myself to recover.
Yes, I want myself to recover from alcohol. Good one. Yes, maybe he has some type of addiction.
Yeah, from
Yes.
any addiction.
It is likely you can explore that. What else can be?
It could be a mental addiction actually.
Yeah. That's a good one to explore. Yes, you will guide him to explore that. Yes, what is his addiction to alcohol, which is not necessarily alcohol. Yes, it might be something. What else? I want my father to recover from alcohol. I don't.
I want my father. I don't want my father to recover from alcohol.
I
don't want my father to
Yes,
recover from alcohol.
exactly. I don't want my father to recover from alcohol. So, how that is true?
Yeah, because it keeps me giving some. It's feeding me the sort of like narrative that I have to be social, to talk about it, to give myself
I'm
perhaps
better
some
than-
importance, or to.
Yes, and
I'm better than him.
good one. I can be better than him because he fucked my life so much, and I'm so angry at him that I want him to stay there, so I can push him down in my mind. You see where it comes. I can be better than him. I can look at him with these eyes like, look where you are. I try to help you, but yeah, how cynic. Yeah. I can discuss with him, and I'll be right. Yes, I will tell him that he should recover from alcohol. That this attitude that he has is not good. And all that is to, in great extent, to put myself on top of him. And this is a great thing. This is what, and behind that, what is some type of, why I'm doing that?
Feeling seen, not feeling recognized, not feeling.
Yes, there is a resentment I have sometimes, some type of resentment with my father. There is a resentment I haven't clear up. Behind the resentment, in my opinion, especially with mother and father, there is always love, lots of love. But there is a resentment that is on top of that, I have not seen myself, and I don't want to let go. That's my alcohol. He has an alcohol that he drinks, and I have another type of alcohol. This is where I'm stuck there, and I don't want to let it go. This is just an example, guys. Yes, what you need to do is to look at the surface. What is going on? Where the person is compensating thoughts. He does not see that. Yeah, he does not see that. So you are guiding them into recognizing that actually is pure intention. Yes, what is the source of integration? Yeah?
What if they don't want to see it?
Okay, if they don't want to see it, you slap them.
Well, they wouldn't be in self-inquiry if they don't want to see it. Really.
Yeah.
At least they're in self-inquiry.
Yeah.
So
I've seen some people that it looks to me that they don't even have the quality to see it. It takes them really long to see it. Yes. I recognize this usually in people with addictions. Somehow the mind that is on addictions, it shrinks in. Yeah. Yeah, and people with strong victim identifications. Yes, that's also a part of it. Yes. Another part of self-inquiry is that it's designed to take you out of the victim mode. It's 100% responsibility for your life, and this is where the beauty is. Yes. What it's trying to say? I can have, fear of not being accepted socially. Let's take the example of the guy looking for the beautiful girl. Yeah. Maybe I have a fear. This guy could have a fear of not being accepted socially, of not being good enough, of people around him in his circle not to love him, not to see him beautiful. You see, not being whatever it is. Yeah. So behind that, it could be a fear of being left out. Yes, end up in the streets, being abandoned. Yeah. So when we as strong is the fear, as strong is the desire. Behind every big desire, there is a big fear. Not behind every desire, there is a fear. Behind every big desire, there is a big fear. when it's a company, when yeah. So when I have a big fear, let's say I have a big fear of ending up in the streets and people to abandon me, I would probably create a big desire of earning lots of money. If I earn lots of money, I don't have to face my fear. If I have a fear of not being good enough, then maybe I will get a great partner. Yes, that she's so good enough, or he's so good enough. So out of him or her to accept me, then I don't have to face my fear of not being good enough. So this is the pattern that we all have. Yes, I would rather look for a beautiful partner rather than facing my fear of abandonment. Yes, who doesn't want to do that? Make sense? So in self-inquiry, we are guiding them to recognize that. So okay, there was a compensation. Behind the compensation, there was a big desire. Behind the big desire, there was a big fear. And I can recognize these three, and I can take responsibility for that. Yes, this is why we do the mirroring. Yes, I want my partner to love me. I want me to love me. Yes, it's always coming back. What we are doing with the mirror effect is coming back to what is the source of that. To give me myself, to give myself what I'm expecting in the outside. I want my partner to see me beautiful. I want to see myself beautiful. I want my partner to make me feel safe. I want to make myself to feel safe. Yes. And this is where growth is. Yes, growth comes in, personal growth comes on recognizing that and developing that quality within myself. It doesn't mean necessarily that, that means that I'm not going to have a partner, yes? Or that my partner cannot support my happiness, yes? Or my sense of safety, to give an example. But if my partner is not there one day, at least there is one person that will stay with me. And that's myself, yes? So all the process is to come back, yes? Come back to the original fear, let's say, yes? The original fear is what creates the double intention. Again, the original fear is what creates the double intention. So when I can hold space for my fear, then my intention will start being pure. And this is what we want them to realize. Okay? I know this is a lot, yes, but these are good stuff, yeah? Mm-hmm. The other thing is that you will start seeing that people come with some type of compensation, yes? For example, let me look at a good one. Maybe pause it for a moment until I get to a point.
Yes.
Okay. So let's come back to pure intention. Okay. Often when the mind is in a more teenager's state, yes, when it's more warrior submissive state, we start getting things from our parents, yes, especially when we are children. Yes, we get, my mom said this is good, this is bad, and I just follow that, right? And later on, I have certain conditioning with certain values. Yes, I start identifying with certain characteristics that are me. Not that are only me, but that make me special. Yeah. For example, I can start thinking, okay, I'm the strong one. Yes, I'm the guy that was, when someone is, I'm the strong one. Yes, I'm the powerful one. I'm the one that has money and power. This other type of power. Yeah. I'm the one that is good. I'm a very good person, and I'm the responsible one. I'm the smart one. Yes, we all have, not all, I don't know, but most of us, we have a certain type of identification. Yeah? And again, what we want, what Byron Katie is helping us there is to identify the double intention behind our qualities, behind what we perceive as a quality. Make sense? Yeah. For example, I'm very good. I'm very good. Can you see me? Yeah, I'm very good. But wait. I'm very good until you become nasty with me. The moment that you are nasty with me, yes, I'm talking to you, yes, the moment you are nasty with me, you are going to see who I am. Yeah, I'm very good until you're not good with me. Can we see what is going on behind it? What is there? Is it that there is a difference? Let's come back to the example of the restaurant. Yes, the difference between the action and the intention behind the action.
I'm good because I want you to be good to me.
Yes. And one more. What else could be?
I'm good because I want everybody else to see me as a good person. Yeah.
Yes, because good people are better than not good people, or ugly people or abusive people, however you want to see them. So what gives me a sense of worth is this identification to be good. But there is a double intention in being good. I'm not good. I'm behaving good. You see this, guys? This is fundamental for self-inquiry, understanding this. This one thing is to be good. It's not like it is not necessarily like pretending, but there is a second intention behind it.
What is to be good then?
Being good that's my nature.
Yes, but you allow then what? You allowed everybody, for example, to abuse you just because you are good?
Oh no. But I'm not going to become bad or abusive when you abuse me.
Sure.
That's the difference. You see, when there is a compensation, it's a conditional good. There is a second intention behind it. In the same way that we spoke about couple A and couple B in the restaurant. I'm good because that makes me better than others. I'm good because that makes me good enough. I'm good because that gives me social approval. I'm good because my mother will be very proud of me that I'm good. And she will say, good boy. I'm not really good, I'm behaving good. But when I see someone that is abusing me, then I become the worst abuser. Victims are the best abusers. It's not real goodness. Goodness is, I'm good because I am good. That's my nature in this moment. And not because you are not good to me, that will change me. It doesn't mean, in your question, Pepe, yes, it doesn't mean that I'm going to, allow you to hit me, let's say, or whatever is happening. I will protect myself, yes, and I will take the measures I need to take, yes, and I can even, be very strong, but there is no anger behind it. Anger will come up only if there is a second intention. Again, anger will come up only if there is a second intention. If my intention is pure, I'm not going to get angry because I'm not pretending to be good. Yeah, I can still be strong and put my boundaries, yes, but I'm good. I'm just good. I'm not. My heart is pure. It's a pure heart, yes, which comes with a pure mind. This is why Byron Katie probably says that. Pure heart, pure mind, pure heart. Open mind, open heart. Close mind, close heart.
But she also says that in some moments of her life, like for example, she also said that in some moment of her life, like somebody will say like, oh, you are being nasty, or you're being abusive, or you are being, and that she will say, yes, I could go inside me and see that at some point in my life, I've been like that.
Yes.
So that is also a part of me, and it is okay. I accept that.
Yes, for sure. That's acceptance. That's recognizing the truth of who you. How
So
you
there is not
behave.
an intention to be nasty. She has been nasty at some point in her life, or she has been tough, or she has been like obnoxious, or whatever it might be, and she recognized that, yeah, that's also part of her.
Yes.
But there is not an intention to be.
In that moment, yes. Maybe not now, but in the moment that she was nasty, she wanted to be nasty. You see, otherwise she wouldn't be.
Okay.
That's another thing, that if there is nothing that happens by itself, there is no if I do something, there is a reason why. If it's happening, there is a reason why. And I'm being honest with myself why I'm behaving nasty. Yes, that's good. Yeah, that's truth. She can, in the case of Byron Katie, yes, she's not nasty anymore because she has pure intention. But in the past, she has behaved very nasty because her goodness, the ways that she was taking of her children and all that stuff, it was conditional. When they were not doing, they were not tidying up their room,
Picking up
they
the
were
socks,
not doing
yeah.
she was getting nuts. No authentic goodness. Yes, it was conditional. Now it's not conditional. Now she said, when I did inquiry with my children, I understood I needed to be able to let them die. Because it should be unconditional. Otherwise, there is double intention. So recognizing the double intention is the base of self-inquiry. Yes. Coming back to this, in my case, I did many, as you know, I did many inquiries. Yes, and then I started seeing that when I was looking for myself in being good, and someone was mistreating me, and I was behaving no good. When I was identified with being intelligent, and someone was making me feel stupid, I was reacting by trying to make the other people to feel stupid. You see? When I was behaving, someone was making me feel useless or unproductive or inefficient. I'm not sure what's the word. Yes, you cannot do things right. Yes, I was reacting by trying to put them down. Every time when I take a concept, any concept I take that I think is me, any concept I take that I think is me, that I use this concept to put myself over somebody. Yes, this very same concept will start creating suffering. Because there will come someone to show me that I'm not that concept. It's conditional. I want to be this concept because this concept makes me something. Yes, gives me something. And when someone is going against this concept, I will react. And the reaction is the source of suffering. Reaction is the source of suffering in itself. Yes, there will be a double intention, because behind my intention of being good is my self-worth. That this person is attacking my self-worth.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. And like that with every little concept that who we are. So self-inquiry is directly attacking the ego. Yeah, the ego is my identification. That's the ego by itself. So self-inquiry is attacking ego, until I start recognizing that I'm none of these concepts. Or that some of these qualities can be there. I can recognize some of these qualities can be there, but they could not possibly make me me, or make me more or less than anyone else. So who I am, I'm what is left behind all these concepts. I'm that presence, that nothingness. I am a nobody. Yes, I'm a nobody. And then this is a big. It's the path of awareness. Yes, I'm recognizing I'm none of these concepts. It's taking me directly to the baby. Yes, and this takes people to a deep state of meditation. Yes, the mind of concepts becomes conceptless, and then the mind expands. It's not longer identified neither with sensations, with the body, neither with the mind. Yeah. So where we are taking them is to the baby. There are 4 types of identification. Yeah? Let's look at the archigram. There are 4 types of identification. We have people that they think they are their body. Yes, this is the warrior submissive mindset. Yes, people that they think they are their body, they mostly are in the warrior submissive mindset. People that they think that they are their mind, they are mostly in the princess mindset. Yes. People that they think that they are in their heart, yes, that they recognize all is one, yes, they are the baby in the inner child mindset. Yes. And people that they recognize themselves as pure awareness, as nothingness, as just consciousness in itself, life force energy, they are in the baby phase. Yeah.
Baby or king, or realized king and queen?
No, that would be baby. If they're in all of them, if they have transcended them, all of them, then yes.
But is not the 4th one transcending all the others?
No. You can get stuck in the baby. Some people have done it. You see, there are famous yogis that they get to the baby, and then they're like, and then they just stay meditating until their body is eaten by bugs, and that's it. You see, they get stuck there, and they're not able to come back to warrior submissive. They're not able to flow dynamically. They get stuck into I'm nothing of this. Everything is illusion. And then they don't take care of their body. They don't eat well. They don't take care of this, and then they die. So yes, the king is when I recognize all of them and I'm able to transcend them. Yeah, it's a mature and transcendent state of all. So, but in the case of Byron Katie, this is, I would say, mostly a type of Advaita Vedanta teachings. Yes, this is where it's pointing at. Yeah, you will see that she has lots of connections with Advaita Vedanta. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is about it that I wanted to share. This is the real stuff. Yes. And if you're going to be facilitating it, you need to understand where you are pointing at and how to recognize that and how to help them to go there. Would you like to ask any questions or to share something about self-inquiry, something to close up?
Yes, but if you follow the 4 questions with the 2 sort of like follow-up questions that she does sometimes, and then the turnarounds, you will get there anyway. Even if you don't recognize all these pure intentions and whatever, if people are talking about real, I mean, if they want to get clarity and they want to go for the truth without sort of like conditioning, it will get there anyway, right? So even if you, as a facilitator, if you don't really know about, for example, peer
if you-
intention, and you do the 4 question, maybe 6 with the following up question, and you do all the turnarounds, eventually you will get there because it normally happens that they start bringing the stuff that
Yeah.
it's not what their first statement is about. When you start inquiring about the first statement, something else comes up.
Yeah.
And that's when I bring that one and it's okay, let's look at this one. And then, something else comes up. And then it's how we go deep into what the truth might be, which is not exactly what they talked about originally.
Yeah. In my experience, it would help, but not necessarily will get to the real stuff. Like, let's give an example. Yes. Let's take the example of this guy that says, "Oh, I want my father to recover from alcohol." Yes. Then it will be a turnaround. I don't want my father to recover from alcohol. Yes, and then he will be like, "Oh, no, I want my father to recover from alcohol." That's it. Or he would say, "Oh yeah," he would say something small. Yes, like, yeah, because then he will. I will not have anything else to talk about. This helps me to talk about with other people. You see, he will stay in the surface. He doesn't. He will not go into okay, yes, I feel resentment with my father, and the resentment of my father, I can put my father down when he is in alcohol. You see, all that he not necessarily is going to see it. That's where you, as facilitator, when you ask him, you stay there, and then when you see that he's not going there, you may say, "I have one. Do you want to hear it?" And then you throw him the stuff. Yes. Not, you don't say, you ask permission. Yes, because you know where's the deep stuff. Yes, and then you are guiding him to, and you're like, okay. And if he wants to see it, for some people it would be wow. Yeah, or the guy that is like, "Oh, she only wants me for my money. I only want her for her money."
Can I give you an example of
Yeah.
something that happened to me while facilitating? So there was this woman who is like, "Oh, I don't have anything really to write about, but just to practice, I will put something." And she wrote something like, "I'm a bit upset with my friend Philo because she doesn't really put as much effort in this friendship as I put." So we were inquiring, and at some point it was clear that it wasn't about that. And then it was like, no, actually, it's not about Philo. It's about me. I don't give myself enough self-value in this relationship. So she's doing whatever she thinks that she has to do or whatever, but it's me who are not value myself enough in this relationship to tell her what I want or how I want it. So we start inquiring about that, and it's like, actually, it's not about me either. It's about my father. My father, has taught me since I was a little girl, to not demand this kind of attention, to do not do these things and this. So to be always, on the sort of like very submissive to everybody else and all that. So we inquired about that, and it was also about something else. So she was going down really deep, trying to find out what it was. And she started by something like, "I don't have anything to say, and it's about my friend who doesn't put as much into that." And it has happened several times with other people that they start going like really, really deep. But it has also happened with one guy who is like, "My father did this when I was young, and he there was no way that he could move out of that. He could not go deep because he didn't want to actually touch the surface."
Yeah.
So I think that in that case, for example, going like, "Okay, can I give you one of mine and use this?" That will be very, very helpful at that in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most of my experience is that people really do go deep down.
See that they don't go too deep too fast, because they might be avoiding something. So when they said, "Oh, this comes about from my father," wonderful. Make another spreadsheet. Yes, make another judge or work.
We do a different one. Yes,
we start a different one. This is good.
that's what we do. Yes,
Stuff.
we start a different one. Yes,
Okay,
all the
good.
time.
It's
Yeah.
very good. Yeah, good stuff.
So what would be other tools? Because first in the class you demo with someone, when you facilitate, right? So when you see that they're not coming with you,
You
not,
demo, not necessary.
we
yeah.
don't demo.
Um, Okay,
every time
let's
I've
look
done,
up at
I
what
know
we
I've
can
done.
do. Yes, what are the
Yes.
tools? Yes, you see how to use these tools. One option is to show a short video. Yes,
Yeah.
to start with a video introduction so people see how this works. Yes. Another option is you to give an example that is challenging but not too challenging. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that you at the beginning you want to discourage people to talk about, to judge mom and dad and situations very full on emotions. Yes, because they're learning a new skill. Yes, after they did a few judge your neighbor worksheets, maybe it's okay, but at the beginning it might be the case that it's too challenging for them. Yes, they cannot see because there are many things going on for them. So it's better to start with something that has certain charge, but not big things. Make sense? There are cases that people can, as you said, can go very deep with deep things very quick, but it depends on the mind. Yeah. So yes, starting with something that is soft. Yes, has some charge, but not too much. I give the example of the airline. Yes, it doesn't matter an airline. Some example, an example of discussion with an airline. It has certain charge, of course. Yes, who didn't have a bad a bad situation with an airline? Yes, we can all connect to that, but it's not going to change your life. You're not going to be angry, big trauma for the airline. Yes. So this type of things is the one that probably you want to encourage at the beginning, and you can start with an example. Inviting someone to do inquiry that you don't know. I don't know, guys. Yes, Byron Katie can do it. Yes, and even in those cases, the people that come there, they're with the cameras. They are, they have quite a bit of pressure. Yes. If you feel comfortable to do it, it's okay, but keep in mind that maybe it doesn't work well because the person is closed, and you keep going, and the person don't want to go there. Yeah.
What I do when I have facilitated that, is that I say that we could look at a couple of examples. If there is a couple of people who want to open up to do it at least the beginning, so that everybody learns how it's done, and then I take 2 examples, and out of that I choose the one that I think will work better. So that's
Yeah.
normally how I do it.
Yeah, that's you choose, but then when you go into it, like you see, they're not getting it. They're not seeing. They're not.
But then the rest of the
The
class,
group
I just
will
going
understand.
group by group, actually sitting with them and doing it with them.
Okay, that's good. But do you do like an example in front of everybody?
Yes, so in the big circle, when they have written their statement, I said, maybe we can hear 1 or 2 of you who doesn't mind to share with the bigger group, and let's see how it's done. So then one says something and the other person says another thing, and then out of those 2, normally I choose the one that I think it will work better.
Okay, this is
And
okay.
then we will do it there in front of everybody else for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes perhaps, and then they know how it's done, and then we break into couples, and then they break into couples, and I go couple by couple visiting.
Yeah, that's the usual structure. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, like, what if that doesn't work? Do we do the in class like demo? That's demo basically.
Yes, that's a demo.
Yeah. You see, you can take your risk. It should be fine. Yes. The worst thing is that the person don't want to see, but the people kind of get it. Sometimes, like I've done it in some trainings where actually most people get it, but he's not getting it, and everyone is like.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah. But it's not problem to say like, okay, so let's try a different example and see how it will work with a different example.
Yeah.
That's how I do it, and then
So
I go for the other
there,
one.
like as a facilitator, like how to, come on, man, get it. Like
No,
how to,
no.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like what are the little tools that can like give you a little, I don't know.
Because
push.
the main tool is that you know what
Yeah.
is going on for them. Then you know how to guide them. you know the questions, and you can stay there and ask, and then when they're stuck, you say, I have one, do you want to hear
Okay.
it? Yeah. The other thing that is what Pepe does is good, yes, like saying, let's say you take 2 or 3 examples, and you said, what is yours about? What is yours about? What is yours about? And you choose the one that is less charged. Yeah, understanding that probably that one is easier for the person to see.
And whenever it doesn't work, I go like, okay, so we have seen one that it might be somewhat more difficult than others. Let's try another one to have a second example of how this might work. And then I switch to the other person, because it has happened sometimes that there is stuck in a particular point and there is no way of moving from there. So I start from the beginning with somebody else, and then I, just go, especially pay a bit more attention to this particular person whenever they are going in couples.
Another option is to just show the video. You see, you show a video, we have a couple of videos, 15 minutes, because you have a certain time. Yes, you
Where
show
are
the
those?
video, you explain, you give an example of personal experience, and then you create the couples, and then you go around.
Yes.
There is also, I
Where
have
are
the
the
audiobook and I can make
videos?
it available. In the prologue of the audiobook, the first case that she's doing it with a woman, it lasts about 14 minutes.
Okay.
So you can just play the audio of how Byron Katie does it with somebody else, and it's about 15 minutes too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay.
I can make it available. I mean, I could just cut.
Yes, these
That would
are
be
all on Drive.
I'll
It's
put it
all
on
on
the
Drive,
If
and the
you type-
videos are all on Drive.
if
You
you
just type the
type,
work Byron Katie,
Okay.
and it will come up. Just one last thing, which is important: we are not certified to call it the work. Yes, you may say the truth. This is based on the work of Byron Katie, or based on self-inquiry by Byron Katie, or something like that. But this is her brand, and we are not entitled to use it. Yes, and it's a matter also of respecting her work. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.